Just imagine you're trying to sleep, trying to get some peace, and something that does not belong in your house is there, tormenting you whenever it wants, whenever it pleases. That was my life for an extremely long time. As you read by the title, yes, your girl was haunted, and I felt like it was time to do that story time on my experience being haunted. As I do the story time, I'm gonna do my makeup because, like, you know, I want to do a little get ready. If you are not comfortable with videos speaking about, I guess, paranormal activity or horror, skip the video, because as a child I was severely haunted. Now, I can't pinpoint an age as to when it started. I do remember the first time that I started seeing things, and it was in my grandma's room. Pretty much I was watching TV, and my grandma had a very small room. She didn't have many things, and if she did, it was just like her shelf where her TV was, her bed, and one other shelf, and that was literally it. I felt a presence, and all of a sudden in the corner a little girl was just staring at me. I don't know where she came from. I don't know who she is. I don't know anything about her. She has short blonde hair, and she was wearing denim overalls, and there was like a little pink bow on the overalls, and she was just kind of standing there like this, swaying side to side. It was like, what in the world am I seeing? She was like a pixelated version. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, I wish I could just snap a photo and show you guys. You could kind of form out as to what was going on, the shape of her and everything, and like the colors, and you could see like pixels. Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. A few days later, I think I told my grandma, or I told someone, I said, look, this is what I saw in grandma's room. You know, maybe did someone pass in this house? Did something happen? I forget who told me. Apparently in the neighborhood that I was in, a little girl went missing. When she went missing, her parents were trying really hard to find her. She did pass away. So she passed away at a very young age. And when I told them the characteristics of what I saw, they kind of thought that maybe it was her, because that was a really big case in my area. That was the first time when things started really happening to me. I think that was just the start of it. That's not even like the bad part of what everything that was happening to me. Thinking of it sometimes makes me really scared, because I am not good with paranormal activity. I hate horror. I hate anything of that. And I think it's because I experienced such trauma with it. I didn't sleep as a kid. I would never sleep. I needed someone to sleep beside me. It was a really, really hard time. I think also this was during the time where I was watching a lot of Criminal Minds as a kid. Like, I was really, really young. I watched them at a very late time, and I probably shouldn't have been. The next few things that I'm gonna mention aren't really in order. I don't really know the order of these things. I just know that these things happened to me. The timelines may be kind of weird just because I don't remember, because those years of my life were such a blur. I think I went through this for like 3 to 4 years, and it was absolutely terrible. The thing that constantly happened every single day, there was not a night where it didn't happen, was the sleep paralysis. When you're young, you don't really know, why am I in bed and I can't sleep? I can't close my eyes. I feel like something is above me and it's about to hurt me. I was really young, really confused with my thoughts, and I didn't really know how to explain to everyone that this is what I'm experiencing. I can't sleep. Like, please, like, I would need my mom to sleep with me. I need the comfort of someone. For the longest time, I could not sleep with my back to the door. I felt like someone was out to get me. I just felt a really negative presence, and it was absolutely terrible. And especially having to wake up and go to school in the morning. When I would go through my sleep paralysis, it's because something was above me. It was an extremely dark figure that would just kind of stare at me while I'm in bed, and I'm like there staring at it, and I didn't know what to do. Like, I would try to scream out mom and be like I would try so hard. This figure did not stop, liked attacking me a lot. It started progressing to the point where it would be at my door going like this, back and forth. And I would tell my friends in high school, and they would make fun of me, like, oh my god, like, this girl was haunted. Like, I'll always remember how funny it was, but like during that time as a kid, it was extremely scary. It was a very, very tall figure, and when I would look at it, it looked like this figure was wearing a really long coat and also a hat, and it would just be at my door going like this, back and forth. I felt extreme insomnia because of this. You can't sleep comfortably when you have something that's constantly looking at you and trying to scare you. It's really hard to seek help with those things because no one else sees it but you, and you feel kind of like you're going crazy a bit. So I come from a Catholic family, so when I did tell them this, they kind of started taking things seriously. And then it started happening to my mom and cousin, where they would hear scratching in the wall, and they would hear whispers in their ears at night. Something would just keep whispering, and it was a very negative being. We knew that we had to do something about it. I'll never forget how this one morning I was in the family room. Sometimes we would have sleepovers in our family room, blow up mattress, watch movies, and I would always kind of be awake. I woke up very early because I felt something again. I moved houses now. In my old house, the way that my house laid out, I will try to describe it to the best of my ability. This is the family room, right? So this is my family room, the box. If you just walk a little bit more ahead, there was to the left side, there was the kitchen. Walk a little bit more straight, and then there was was the hallway to the bedrooms. I lived in a bungalow. From the family room, you could see the hallway to the bedrooms, and that day actually changed my life forever. It was one of the most terrifying days of my life. I saw someone standing there in a hood, black hood, no face, staring at me. I just kept staring back and I didn't look away. And eventually when I did look away, that being was gone. I literally woke everyone up. I said, hey, like, who is that in the hallway? Did you guys see that? Was that you? What just happened? I don't understand. Who was that in the hallway? And everyone said, no, like, there's no one in the hallway. What are you talking about? At that moment, I realized that whatever I was seeing was getting a lot stronger because I could physically see someone in a hood, a black hood. And to this day, I'll never understand if that was just, you know, my mind playing tricks on me, or if it actually was someone in the hallway, but there was no one. There was just 4 people in the house and we were all together in the family room. I would constantly just hear a bunch of things and see a bunch of things. To this day, I will never forget that figure. I will never forget what I saw in the hallway that day because there was no one in the rooms. After that morning, I did go to investigate. I tried to see if maybe there was a hoodie left anywhere, if someone was trying to prank me or do something in the morning. I literally went and investigated every single room. I was trying to understand, what in the world did I see? How can I just see someone? How can my mind just make up something in midair and that being disappear? It did not make sense to me at all. And then after that day, my insomnia grew even worse because now there was something above me and there was something at the door harassing me and not letting me go to sleep at all. Even my feet, I would feel something always try to pull my feet. I would feel my blankets try to come off me, something crawl up my spine. It's as if it's you kind of going against yourself and you don't understand why it's only happening to you. So I would do research and I would find out spirits attach themselves to the innocent, and I was just a child, so I really felt that I was being attached to and attacked because I was a kid and I was really innocent. In my ear, I would hear it wasn't coherent at all. You couldn't understand a thing. Now, my mom, she would say that we had the spirit in our house. Her name was Roberta. And anytime someone came into the house that Roberta did not like, our house would go crazy. AC would turn on and off. The lights would blink, blink, blink. It was just a lot of like activity that would happen if Roberta did not like someone. My mom would always say that there was someone in the house protecting us, but sometimes I felt very unprotected because why were these things attacking me? And my mom and my grandma always advised to have white flowers around the house because apparently white flowers can absorb energy, negative energy. And it is true because someone that we invited to our house that we had no idea participated in really bad acts, all of our white flowers in the house died. So we felt like we got really lucky that day that we had a lot of white flowers that day because they all just died. Like all of them died. My mom took care of them a lot because she realized that they were also taking care of us. I would be asleep, and then when I would start to get the chills and I would slowly start to wake up, I would start really stressing out because I knew that something was there and something was there to bother me and torment me, and I would try to keep my eyes closed to the best of my ability because I did not want to go through it. I just wanted to sleep. As this kept going on for years, the man at my door, he also was appearing a lot stronger. He wasn't looking like a pixel anymore. Like he was actually looking like a man standing there going back and forth. I could also see my mom's door down the hallway. He would switch from her room to mine, her room to mine. When he would go to my mom's room, all of a sudden he had more of a blue hue around him. Then when he would come to my room, it turned all black. He would swap between the doorways that he knew that I could see him. Thankfully now I can sleep alone. I'll never forget the days where I couldn't sleep alone. My grandma would always tell me, literally swear at them to go away. Tell them go away, you don't scare me. And I would try doing that and it didn't work because I felt that they were more powerful than me. One of my aunts, she reads the Bible. She did come to our house and she had to bless it because when we were telling her about all the activity that was going on in our house, she took it very seriously and she came with her holy water, and my other aunt gave me holy water to always have in my room. It was getting really bad as to what was happening. Whatever this thing was, it was only attaching itself to me and I was having to see everything, and I literally always stressed about it. Felt the presence of my great grandparents. There was always signs left for me that someone was there even though there was no one there. One time in my cousin's house, her and I were together, I said I smell roses, and someone went like this to my hair, went like this all over it, and they just passed by. And I said that apparently my great grandma, she would smell like roses, and they really believe that that day she just kind of like wanted to get into contact with me. What was that? I do feel like my great grandma tried saving me, and also my aunt, when she blessed our house, it started to stop. Even sometimes like when people were over, they felt like something pushed them down the stairs. I'm telling you guys, it was not pleasant sometimes in that house. And I feel like ever since that we moved houses, there's been more of a light, and it was even such a struggle just wanting to go out, wanting to go to places, because when I would go to others' houses, I would have to be on guard. Is something there in the corner waiting for me? Is something in the shadows waiting for me? And that's why I've always really hated just anything to do with horror movies or anything to do with just spirits, because I felt like I was going through that on my own. Why would I want to watch it? Why would I want to put myself through it? Like, you know, again, it really was, you had to be there to understand what I went through. And the anxiety that it brings is absolutely terrifying, and I never want to experience that again in my life. And I get so unbelievably like paranoid sometimes that maybe if I move somewhere else it's gonna happen. I can protect myself in ways, and I carry that with me because I always want to make sure that I have good energy. Who am I going to be introduced to today? Is it going to be someone new, or is it going to be the same man? If anyone understands, and if anyone went through these things as a kid, please comment down below. Like, you know, tell me your story. You're not alone, and these things really do happen. Also, if someone's telling you like this is happening to me, believe them, because it does happen, and it happened to me. If your kid's telling you like I see something there, they see something there. They 100% see something there. I'm back. I'm gonna be posting again on YouTube. I'm really glad to be back. I have better lighting now. I was able to fix my vanity. If you saw on my TikTok, that's where I post the most now, guys, if you want to see more from me. It was really nice recording, even though like it brings some memories. I was kind of like, ooh, like hearing every single sound around me. I was like, ooh, like no, like do not come back here. Like you are not welcome. I was kind of getting paranoid a little bit, doing a little story time. I will see you guys so soon. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If there's something more consistently you'd like to see from me, please let me know. I read all my messages. I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.